Welcome to the neutral zone. Light hazel eyes are a striking mix of brown, green, and sometimes amber or gold tones. Their appearance is due to a combination of genetic factors affecting melanin levels and the scattering of light in the iris. Here's a breakdown of why someone would get light hazel eyes, where this trait came from, and when it first emerged. Genetic explanation. Melanin levels. Eye color is determined by the amount of melanin in the iris. Hazel eyes have moderate levels of melanin, more than blue or green eyes, but less than brown eyes. The combination of melanin levels in different layers of the iris creates the distinctive mixed color appearance of hazel eyes. Brown component. The brown or amber in hazel eyes comes from a moderate amount of melanin, similar to brown eyes, but in a smaller quantity. Green component. The greenish tinge is due to the way light scatters through the outer layers of the iris. This scattering, called Rayleigh scattering, is the same effect that makes blue eyes blue, but in hazel eyes, it interacts with the brown melanin to produce greenish or golden tones. Multicolored appearance. The unique characteristic of hazel eyes is that they appear to shift color depending on lighting, due to how light reflects off different parts of the iris. Light hazel eyes, in particular, have less melanin in certain parts of the iris, which can cause the green or amber tones to stand out more prominently. Genetic interaction. The genes involved in hazel eyes include OCA2 and HERK2. These genes control melanin production. In people with hazel eyes, these genes create a moderate level of melanin, resulting in a combination of brown and green hues. Other genes. Variants of other genes, like SLC24A4 and TYR, also influence melanin production and how it's distributed in the iris, contributing to the complexity of hazel eye color. Where did hazel eyes come from? Origins of brown eyes. Brown eyes are the most ancient and common eye color globally, and they likely emerged more than 10,000 years ago as modern humans evolved in Africa and spread across the world. The presence of melanin in the iris provided protection from intense sunlight. Emergence of hazel eyes. Hazel eyes likely developed after blue and green eye mutations spread, when populations with intermediate melanin levels began mixing. Hazel eyes could have appeared between 4,000 to 6,000 years ago, especially in regions where people with brown eyes and lighter-colored eyes, blue or green, intermixed. Central Asia, the Middle East, and Europe. These regions are prime candidates for where hazel eyes first emerged, as people from various genetic backgrounds mingled during the Bronze Age and beyond. Migration of peoples and trade routes facilitated the spread of genes that led to hazel and other mixed eye colors. When did hazel eyes first appear? Hazel eyes likely appeared around the same time as other lighter eye colors, like green, gray, or blue eyes, which began spreading in Europe and Central Asia 4,000 to 6,000 years ago. As populations mixed, particularly in regions of southern Europe, the Caucasus, and Central Asia, variations in eye color appeared, including hazel. Hazel eyes are most commonly found in populations of European, Middle Eastern, and North African descent, suggesting that they arose as a result of ancient migrations and gene mixing in these regions. Why are hazel eyes unique? Multifaceted appearance. Light hazel eyes, in particular, can appear to change color depending on the lighting or clothing worn, often showing shifts between green, amber, and brown. This is because of the varied melanin levels in different parts of the iris and how light scatters. Moderate melanin levels. Hazel eyes sit between the darker melanin-rich brown eyes and the lighter blue or green eyes. This balance makes them appear golden or greenish with flecks of brown, which distinguishes them from solid-colored eyes. Where are hazel eyes common today? Hazel eyes are most frequently found in southern Europe, the Middle East, and parts of North Africa. They are also seen in Central Asia, where populations historically mixed with Europeans and Middle Easterners. In North America and Latin America, hazel eyes are common in people of European and mixed ancestry, likely due to migration from Europe during the last few centuries. Why do people get light hazel eyes? Genetic inheritance. Light hazel eyes, like all eye colors, are inherited from both parents. If a person inherits a combination of genes that produce moderate amounts of melanin with light scattering, hazel eyes can result. Dominance of brown over green/blue genes. Since hazel eyes involve moderate melanin, they tend to appear more frequently in populations where brown-eyed and lighter-eyed people have children. The mix of brown-dominant genes and light-colored eye genes can produce hazel, especially light hazel tones. Gene variability. Eye color is polygenic, influenced by multiple genes, meaning slight variations in several genes can lead to the many shades of hazel we see today. Hi, I am your host, Catalina Bacardi, on the YouTube channel Paul Elms Bacardi. I'd really appreciate it if you like the video and subscribe. It helps the channel grow.